So I discovered, actually, I have a power. I discovered a superpower.
I don't
I
like this
I
already.
suspected for years that I had this, and I've dabbled, but I never quite fully experimented to confirm it, and I now absolutely have 100% confirmation of a
Okay,
power.
this is. Mm,
Okay, so what if I told you that whenever you wanted to, you could experience anything ranging from a bad dream to a night terror, and
okay,
you could control how bad it gets.
like awake?
No, when you go to sleep, you can have anywhere from a 0 to a 10 on how horrible your night is with what your brain is doing,
All
and
right.
all you have to do is ingest more sugar.
W-
I
w-
have
Wait, this is a really important detail. Is there an inverse relationship to sugar, or a regular relationship to sugar for nightmare having?
if the it
Does more sugar equal more terror, or the
yes,
inverse?
100%.
Okay, because that's the opposite for me. If I have lots of sugar, I'm happy and I sleep so good.
What? Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, no. The more sugar I have before I go to sleep, the absolute worst of a night I'm gonna have. And like I've tested it a little bit. I've noticed I'm like, wait, what the fuck happened? Oh my god, that was horrendous. Um, and the and like and I think about what I had right before and what time I had it, and it's always like, oh yeah, I had something sweet right then or right there before I went to bed, and I was able to confirm more or less this week. Like, I usually get like plain yogurt has been part of my regular diet as I've been eating now, and one of the plain yogurt containers actually ended up accidentally being a vanilla yogurt container, which is the complete opposite because that goes from almost no sugar to a whole lot of it, and unfortunately it's the kind of mistake that I'm like, I don't mind because it's delicious, but shit, let's just not go too crazy and eat like the same amount, lest you feel that rush, you know. And so I had some late night vanilla yogurt, um, and I was like, yeah, okay, I can feel that activating. That's doing what it does. It's definitely more than usual. And then my mom dropped off some Grenadian treats. So she came back
Hmm.
from Grenada, you see, and
I
I
don't
got
actually know a single food item that is quote unquote Grenadian.
well, right here on the Grenada shirt, you can see there's a nutmeg, which is on the flag. That's the main spice that they put out.
Is that
Um,
native to Grenada?
it's the main export, so it's a big deal. Which is why it's on the flag.
Well, that
But
makes good. You use that stuff.
but yeah, I think it's like the second largest exporter of nutmeg or something like that. You know, but besides that, the main deal is, yeah, they've got tamarind balls is a big one, which
Okay.
is, and a tamarind is just like, it's a type of fruit like jam thing that you just kind of take, and it's very tart. So what you do
Hmm.
is you roll it in sugar, and then that tartness becomes like a natural candy,
All right.
right?
Yeah, that works.
There's guava cheese, where you take guava, which is another kind of like, almost like it has what's the like, almost like a maple treat consistency, like a, not taffy, but
Hmm.
anyway, it's another little like fruit thing, and
Hmm.
it tastes good, it tastes really
Hmm.
good. And what you do is you roll it in sugar, and then it becomes like a natural candy. You see,
Right. Okay. Yeah.
and then
I feel like a treat that part of the process is just roll it in powdered sugar
mhm.
is kind of like jumping the line.
And then the other thing, whenever mom goes back to the old country, is I the taste of my childhood is also these little cream filled muffins that you get at the little corner stores there,
Hmm.
and um, I think it's one of those brands that is more just like a Caribbean wide brand, but it's a particular type of muffin that when I eat it, a little cupcake, when I eat it, I'm just like, oh yeah, that's not skashi, that's memories, whatever. Um, so that too, of course, is a whole lot of sugar. So I'm like, oh yay, all these little Grenadian treats, and then that's when you go to bed and you dream of a fucking insane mass shooting event taking place inside the church school that you're at, while
Lit.
everyone you know and love is there, and you are
That's
trying
good.
to figure out the situation, and it's happening on all sides, if in every direction, until you wake up, and you're like, cool. That's a great night. I love that. That's really fun. And it's like, oh, that's one of the worst fucking nightmares I've had in a long time. That is directly proportional to the insane amount of sugar I had yesterday. Fair
Okay.
enough.
So you okay? All right. Okay. Okay. There's a lady on social media. I forget her name. Someone in the chat will fill you in. But she has like full body out and about insano psycho shit sleepwalking episodes if she eats cheese. Something about it causes her to fucking stand up and wander around the house and babble, and in some cases take things from their fridge and throw them in the yard, and then like run into the street in the middle of the night, like crazy shit, right? So what she does every now and then is she'll eat a bunch of cheese and then have her husband get a camera to record her nonsense. Now what you need to do, Wooly, is you need to get Punch Mom to stay up, give her a bunch of caffeine, and get her like a nice portable. And you need to just eat the most irresponsible amount of sugar you can, and she can videotape your trip through the night terror.
So I don't
For
think
views.
I don't think there's much showing. I'm not a sleepwalker. My brother is. He's gotten up and like done weird walking around the house and pulling the curtains type things. When I was a kid, I remember he like literally we woke up one night and he was yanking the curtains, and we're like, "What?" And my mom was like, "Don't wake him up. Just leave him." And then he walks back to bed, and we're like, "What? What?" I'm like, "That's real? I thought that was cartoon shit." And it's like, "No, it's real."
No, my mom used to sleepwalk.
Crazy.
Well, actually, she probably does still, but I mean, I'm not there to see it.
I don't have that. I just think I don't have any like activity that would show. It's just all inside. It's horrible because there's the only time I've ever like had an action occur from sleep horror is I think I told it on the podcast, but
You did.
yeah, there was one time that I dreamt someone kicked the door down with like a fucking AK and just started spraying, and I like woke up and grabbed Punch Mom and rolled.
That's very sweet.
And Gator rolled off the fucking bed.
That's very sweet.
But it's insane though, and it was like, what the fuck is happening? And I'm like, where, huh, what? Because I was in the exact same place, but just the time of day was off, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But like that's the only time anything like that has ever happened, and again, that was probably a sugar night too, you know. So anyway, I hard confirm I have the ability to give myself
This is a good ability.
the worst terrors ever. Yeah.
You know, it's strange that you mentioned this, that your discovery. I have, and this is kind of a big deal to me, I have recently started dreaming again for the first time since I was a child. Like 4 nights this week, I woke up, I'm like, wow, that's weird, Paige. I had a dream. And like the dream had stuff happen in it. Whereas like I went through a 25, 30 year period of just no dreams at all. At all. Nothing.
Yeah, so I remember that, but like what? Yeah, that's weird. Like, I mean, what changed it? You know, like
What changed it is baby. So even on nights in which I am actually staying asleep the whole night and Paige is getting up to feed the baby, you know, do the night feeds, you kind of wake up a little bit, right? When the person next to you has to get up and do stuff, right? And I think what this is doing is breaking up my sleep cycles so that in the morning when the dog has to take a shit and the baby wakes up, I'm now waking up in the middle of a REM cycle, which is the reason why you remember a dream. Like everybody dreams, it's just you can only remember it if you wake up during a REM cycle. Because the days that I remember dreaming at all is the days that I wake up and I feel like a zombie corpse man.
Yeah, you go past REM into the deepest, and then
because like I slept like 8 hours, but I'm happening to get up because the world around me is demanding my attention rather than the fact that I'm waking up on a natural schedule. So and my dreams are bullshit. They're lame. But hey, they're back. Yay.
For those who are unaware, a REM cycle is rapid eye movement. If you look at the stages of sleep, you end up going from light sleep to different deeper stages. And at the deepest stages, if you get interrupted, that's when your body feels like shit the most, because you're like, you haven't had the chance to resurface. So all that fog and shit is still going through, because that's when the hard drive is defragging itself, right? Basically. Interesting. Huh.
Yeah, very interesting. I can't remember any of them now though. Like, but they were like just the right flavor of banal, of like, I went to the store and got into an argument that didn't make any sense when I tried to explain it to my wife the next morning because it was dream argument.
You should try snorting a line of powdered sugar and see what that does.
Wooly, you know I have.
Yeah.
You know how people are like, oh man, sugar keeps me up. Like, dude, I could eat 10 candy bars and have a nap. Would mean with the day during the daytime.
Yeah.
Like, it means
weird,
nothing.
Man. I don't know. No, when I chugged those, I didn't chug any Faygo sodas when we did the Faygo test. I just tasted a single sip and spat them out. So there was no complete consumption of that. I don't know how to use this power, this newfound ability.
Well, the way to use the power is in reverse. Is that if you want to have sugar during the day, you need to wake up and eat all your candy for breakfast.
Well, so the actual correct inverse that I have learned is through the power of the glucose monitor, I now know what creates what type of sugar spike. So if you don't get the wrong type of yogurt and you eat something sugary with something dairy like that, and I guess it depends on what kind, because I don't think milk is necessarily going to pull the same thing off. But in any case, that combination for some reason doesn't cause a massive glucose spike, you know? So there's ways to mitigate it. I've also, in general, whenever I've if I ever had like a really sharp, like I had like a cheesecake or something like that, and I'd feel like, woo, that's a lot. I could feel it. Chug some water, you know, and like you can
dilute it.
You can dilute it. You can fight back,
or you could just vomit it back up. That just saves you the calories too.
That is one ability as well. This is true.
Don't do that. That's a joke.
Yeah. Just some of the worst ever. So that's cool. That's fun. That's what I'm learning about myself.
Well, that doesn't sound fun either.
Anyway.
God damn.